Maybe I heard somewhere the person was saying ladies know actually means ask 8 more times.
Yes, sorry.
Somebody give me cold water.
That is very confusing.
Welcome to Authentic Man Conversations Season 2. This is where we get to talk about it. Like really talk about it. You know, we've had instances where a lady says, give me time, I don't know, I'm not ready, I'm not sure. I need to pray, I'm waiting on God. I don't know if it's God's will and God to show me. I need a word from God. Let me pray about it. The favorite of every Christian lady, let me pray about it. How do you know? Yeah, that's one too.
I didn't say in the dream.
Let me confirm with my past.
You guys are talking from experience.
You have perspective.
You guys have a vendetta.
We are talking. So
We come now.
how do we know when there's hopes here? How do you know when this is just a delayed yes, where there's going to be a guarantee, and how do we know that this thing ain't working, ain't coming through?
No,
it's not gonna. That one, let's just talk about that. You know?
Maybe I heard somewhere the person was saying ladies know actually means ask 8 more times.
Yes, sorry.
Somebody give me cold water.
That is very confusing.
You know, one of the things is this is one of those days that is very subjective and depends on a person's unique perspective, life view, and experiences. So
well, we know guys who they were told, okay, no, it seemed like a delayed yes. They paid for Uber.
You guys must be talking from your own experiences.
Okay, so they spent a lot of G's, you know. Why? Because they couldn't tell from the first, maybe this is a no, this is not a place to hang around, you know. And I think it's really important as a man truly to be able to tell this is a no.
So how will you be able to tell? Because I think that is
I also want to know.
I think from my perspective and even little experience, how you can be able to tell if it's a no or a delayed yes, it weighs heavily on the kind of vibe you guys have been having.
What do you mean by vibe?
I'll explain. Okay. The kind of vibe you guys have been having maybe for the past few weeks or even months. Yeah. In the sense that when I say vibe, I mean has she been receptive of what you're trying to tell her? Mm-hmm. Is it you know I read somewhere someone asked, I think it was a tweet, someone asked, are you texting or she's responding? Are you guys texting or she's just responding?
That's an interesting
yeah. So I think it well depends on the kind of vibe you guys are having. Yeah. Is she receptive of what you've been telling her? Is she leaning in? Is she trying to buy into you as the person? Is it, etc., etc. Is she like quote unquote like little excited about you as a person and all? I think from that point, or rather from that dynamic, that's when I think we can be able to tell if it's a no or just a delayed yes. She's just trying to make you sweat more for it, maybe like what?
8 more times.
7 more times.
Actually, me I wonder, how did it get this complicated? Bible says, let your yes be yes, and your no be no.
Exactly.
Me, I actually, I remember one day our pastor was telling us, when we were in Bible school, that, back in the day, things were so good. You just sit at home like Isaac. Then you see the servant coming with the Rebecca, and
my guy.
In the olden days, it was love the person you marry. This idea, this idea of marry the person you love has really brought issues You know, because nowadays people just, you know, like I remember somebody said, I just want to keep him along. Nampesa. You know, it's like, you know, you even know very well that you don't intend to give him a yes, but you're just keeping him around. And you know, it's so sad. It's so unfortunate. Wasting each other's time. Personally, I believe we really need to take it back to those days, because if a lady wants to date you, she will know from day one.
Yeah.
I believe there's a day we were told that we were just with Chesa, and one of our pastors told us that if a lady wants to date you, she will know from the word go she wants to date you. And you know, by the time you're asking her, she will say yes. Like me, I have friends who have seen that happen in their life. You know, somebody came around. Somebody came around.
Was caught in a bad heaven.
You know, somebody came around and, you know, said, you know what, hey, I like you. And the lady was like, you know what, I'm not even going to pray about it. This is it. I've been, because you know, but then you know. Even knows, you know, listen, you know, I remember one time we attended a men's meeting, and I think we were together. Yeah. And that the pastor said, where did ladies get this notion? Of course, God speaks to ladies. But look at it from the beginning. God gave the instructions to man. It was man coming to give instructions to the lady. So by the time a man is coming to you as a lady, of course, he has had God.
I'm sure, bro. You know, the thing about this is maybe if the lady is just playing with the delayed yes thing, you see. So the predicament is, if the guy is those who know, by the way, me, I am a man of my word, and I also take you for your word. So when the lady says no, and the lady will end up losing a very good.
She wants you to do like Chris.
Anytime. So
it's like a story. I was actually listening to Steve Harvey. So these ladies, there are two ladies and one guy. So of course, this guy likes this lady. So this guy comes and proposes. So this lady keeps this guy in a delayed yes for a period of 3 months.
Wow.
So this lady has actually come to rant at Steve Harvey's show, saying, you know what, this guy started dating my best friend. So Steve Harvey was like, you kept him waiting for 90 days and you liked him, and you just, you know, Bible says, let your yes be yes.
Yes.
You know, people have missed out on good things only because they were afraid, and sometimes that is the issue. We are afraid of something that could be.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think one of the causes of delays is that sometimes they are afraid of commitment, but they still love how you make them feel.
Oh my.
So they'll tether you around to the delayed yes, so that they enjoy the experience. Because if you tell them no, of course a man will back off.
Let's hit it. It's not just enjoying the experience. They want to enjoy a boyfriend or a lover experience without commitment.
Yeah, it's called enjoying having the boyfriend privileges on a friendship.
Oh no, it doesn't work.
Is that what nowadays they call entanglement? I'm so tired, bro. Save me from this. Why did they have to exist at this time, bro? I don't know. I wish I lived in those days
And
of
it's very
Isaac.
serious. It's very serious because many people, like we say, in this generation are afraid of commitment. But they still want to get things that come by commitment. The only safe environment for intimacy is commitment. Now, not just physical intimacy, even vulnerability, emotional intimacy. There's such a depth of you giving yourself away to someone, you see? Not just sex, no. It's, yeah, so a lady wants to enjoy emotional intimacy, but she doesn't want to commit. So she's keeping you around with a delayed yes. Now you see how, now we're saying as a man, now we want to just eye on this. How does a man really? You have to run, because if you notice, this is a no. I'm just here so that this person can enjoy privileges of a lover, but without commitment. Means you should run.
I think you went to circle that. This is a hard question, first of all. You know, how do you know if it's a no or a lady?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things. Tunasemanga, like you need to know what you're in control of, and what you can't control. You know, you can shoot your shot. You depending on where you are. Do you want a serious commitment or unataka like just enjoyment, you know. Pia depends with where you are as a man, you know. Tunasema this experience is totally custom to each man.
Absolutely.
Not what you want. And two, you understand you can't control how she reacts.
Yeah.
You can only express yourself, you can only put forward what you want, but you can't control really her answer, you know. If you go down that road, you link up to season 1, what you're saying about the nice guy, you want to control every other situation, you know. So how my perspective about this, how I'd respond is you shoot your shot, know who you are. If you like her, tell her.
Okay.
If you then kunalingana, as Mr. Chesa was saying, depending on the vibe you guys have been, you know, you don't want to push sana, but you also want to give it time to mature. But then, what time are we talking about?
You know, I think it's because we've seen it from the negative side, where there are those women who are genuinely Satan's baby sisters.
What do you,
They want to destroy man at the best. No, they want to enjoy. They want to sap everything they can out of you with the least demand from them. You know, it's what you call, it's called value for money.
Yes.
You want to invest the least, and
Maximum.
like you said, a relationship benefits on a friendship contract. In fact, a relationship benefits on an acquaintance contract. In fact, a relationship benefits on a WhatsApp text context. You know, you can get it as cheapest as you can. There are those, you know, Satan's baby sisters. Leave them alone. But there are those other sides of women who genuinely, they are not sure because there's just not enough data. From a biological, from a spiritual, even from a physical, or even from a social standpoint, women stand to lose more if the relationship goes up in smoke. Right. If a pregnancy comes up, guess who stays with the pregnancy? If the relationship gets botched from a societal standpoint, guess who gets to be body shamed? You know, if the marriage goes up in smoke, statistically speaking, there's a higher chance for the man to get another woman than the woman get another man. You know, we sexual market peak is viable all the way to our 40s, but by the time we clock early 30s, that's just how society says, not us. But by the time a lady clocks early 30s, there's this cute thing called desperation that kicks in. So, if you look at it from that standpoint, they stand to lose more if they make a bad decision. So there are those women who, it's not a yes, not even a delayed no. It's not a no, it's not even a delayed yes. They just know they don't have enough data. Yeah. So I usually say from that standpoint, it's just safer to petition or to push or to, if they say in Kiswahili, to katia or to woo after you've built a season of well-acquainted knowledge and, you know, friendship and all that. That's why blind dating, online dating, social media dating, that's just, it's a scam, man. It's a scam, you know. But then that poses another question then, from your pool of people that you know, from your pool of friends, from your pool of acquaintances, how do we get to identify those that are potential and separate them from those that just are supposed to be friends? How do we get to stop ourselves from seeing everyone as a potential mate in our pool? Because that can sabotage really useful and sacred friendship. So how do we know who's potential and who's not? How do we sift between the two?
First question is, what are you looking for?
In understanding what tool is for what, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I think,
like, what are you looking for? And then build up on what he's saying.
I think even as we're having this conversation, we're not just putting it lightly, you know. There tunasemanga, like, there are those vitals, like we're saying, these are the principles, like these are the principles we want men to have, and build upon those principles. We're not just saying it lightly, you see. So there are some principles that form these foundations. Now from there, we can start having now these conversations. Like one, you said, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
You see, first of all, if you understand that, then we can start now having a conversation. You see, and that will direct your actions, your language, what you're going to do next. Sinona,
Yeah, and I think that's very important. That means if you have to understand the values, then let's separate serious men from jokers. If you're a joker, please, no one is potential. Let's just make that clear from the first one. Because you're not serious about this thing. This is not kalongolongo.
Actually, Bible calls that kind of, it says, any man who tells his neighbor something only to come and say I was only but lying, Bible equates that man to a madman.
So players are madmen. flat as a madman.
You see, that's why we have to be very careful. You know, commitment in this generation is something we don't really honor.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing I've come to understand is that the problem is because we never really took time to prepare for the commitment. You see, because commitment does not replace the place of preparation.
Absolutely.
If we don't prepare to commit, no matter how much we give our word, we will not keep the commitment. You get? So there's a season whereby we fail to prepare. Actually, Proverbs 24:27 says, prepare your outside work, make it fit for yourself in the field. Afterward, build your house.
Yes.
In other words, there are things that we're supposed to do in a certain season. If we fail to do these things because we spend so much, we start dating immediately after high school.
What gives, man?
I think those are situationships, bro. I don't even know what to call them.
That's borderline insanity, but let's call it situationship.
And this is what is bringing this. You see, even the fear in the house of ladies today is because of this. Because they've been accustomed to, you know, lack of men who really can commit. So when they even meet a good person, they don't even know you're a good person. You know, I remember something you once said that, you know, you can meet ladies who have never been loved until when you love them, they don't even know how to respond to it because they've never been loved.
Yeah,
So
they've been used.
it scares them.
They've been played with.
It scares them to the point that now when you're telling them, but I want something serious, they don't even know how to respond. You know, and that's the problem. And so when we're talking about just really differentiating between the potential one and who are not, I think for me really, I'd not even go about trying to differentiate who is the potential. And first of all, focus on me becoming the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if I just work on me, I will not even need to differentiate. The person I'm actually looking for me will just locate me. You know, they will just, in one or another, they just find me because I've been busy. Now, when we are busy trying to locate, that is when now we keep on bumping on people who are not even serious. Personally, I've been down through that road, bro. You know, I've seen everybody as a potential. And you know, until one brother of mine had to tell me, Badekia, your problem is that you see every lady as a potential. You know, I could tell my friend, but they like you. I could see another lady, but they like you. I had to stop, bro. I had to stop. I had to realize that not every lady is a potential. Some are just sisters. And we have to be okay. We have to be okay with that. Yes, we are not born from the same mother, but we are just sisters. Yeah. And you know, some are just acquaintances. So I have to be very okay with that. And if first of all I see all ladies in my life as sisters, you see, there's nothing wrong with sisters owning anyone or being brothers owned. Even Abraham was Sarah's brother. so
this is a hard saying, my guy. Who can accept this?
Actually, you know, a date is between a brother and a sister going out for lunch.
That's a good definition.
This is a hard saying, man. This is a hard
overrated expectations.
It's a brother and a sister just going out for lunch. That is what we call a date. Courtship is now, they have actually discovered that we can try out something just beyond friendship. So now they have decided to be in a relationship.
Somebody give me cold water. I need cold water. But okay. No. But let's just call out some guys here. Let's just call out some guys here. There are these brethren in the church. You know, Christians like knowing the rules so that they skim right close to
it's on the edge, bro.
Right on the edge. You know, they tell you don't sleep around. So what about stroking the baboon? You know, we like strategy.
What do you mean by that, bro?
He was an reality here on the spirit section churches.
What do you mean by stroking the baboon, bro?
He was a spirit. But there are these brothers that they are not being promiscuous sexually. They're not being promiscuous physically. But they're being promiscuous psychologically, emotionally, verbally. Where you tell a lady something to make her think something. You tell another lady something to make her feel something. You in your heart, you know you're clean. You haven't slept with anyone. You haven't done anything wrong. But deep down inside, emotionally, there's no faithfulness. There's no community. You are being promiscuous emotionally. Let's talk about those types of brethren. Since we're talking about commitment, you know, let's talk about those types of guys, you know.
you.